All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. It is 9 minutes with me here from Rosie's Corner. Stop on by all day long for your pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, wings, and more. And it is a Fish Friday, so pair that mac and cheese and, of course, coleslaw, French fries with your mac and cheese. The sandwich version or the entree version, good for both lunch and dinner. Stop on by here to Rosie's Corner all day long. They also deliver via Grubhub, and you can get them on Instagram and on Facebook for updates as well. They've got Pepsi products in the cooler, salads to go, desserts to go, you name it, they've got it. Make sure you pick up a bag of snacks as well to go with your sub on the rack when you walk into the left as well. I want to talk about the Yankees sweep of the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, if you've listened to me long enough, you know that I don't trust this team for the long haul. And even if they started to get hot and win a ton of regular season games, I don't think they're going to win anything in the postseason. I think they're going to get killed just like previous years, because I just don't think that they're built the correct way. There's just still too much right-handed hitting, too much power from that side. They're gonna start to really break down pitching-wise. They already kind of have. Tyone has. Kluber's been out since he threw the no-hitter. Domingo Armand's been a mess. Luis Severino got hurt in a minor league game. It is Jordan Montgomery. I mean, can you trust Jordan Montgomery? So after Garrett Cole, I again, going into this season, I said, I don't know who the heck else I can believe in, and that has not changed over the last several months. But it was encouraging against Toronto from this couple of standpoints. One, the Yankees were down in all these games. Remember, they rallied in the first game, the second game, the third game. So that's a big deal there, too. I mean, this is a team that if they're not winning by the seventh inning because of how bad the offense has been, you've got them beat. I mean, that's what this has been so far this season. You look at the sweeps at the hands of the Tigers and the Red Sox and the dreadful series, that the Yankees have played all year long. This is a very different series for the Yankees in terms of coming back. They also found ways to win instead of finding ways to lose, which has been kind of a common denominator for the Yankees so far in 2021. Garrett Cole, obviously, in the second game was spectacular. I know a lot of people are looking at the whole substance on the ball and all that. Well, he doesn't have double-digit strikeouts, so it doesn't matter, blah, 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 blah. But then he infiltrates a ton of change-ups into his repertoire and keeps the Blue Jays off balance and still mows them down, and gave the Yankees some major length in that game, something they desperately needed. And then Aroldis Chapman gets in there and gets a little dicey. And by the way, I can't stand Aroldis Chapman. I wish the Yankees had traded him in the offseason. I can't stand his attitude. I can't stand his smirk. I can't stand his neck tattoos. I can't stand the domestic abuse stuff off the field. I can't stand the ridiculousness, the overthrowing. I can't stand the postseason chokes. I've had enough of Aroldis Chapman. And by the way, that little Houdini act was obnoxious as well. He puts a bunch of guys on for the Blue Jays, throws what should have been a wild pitch, right? It went off the glove of Gary Sanchez, and the umps just completely missed it. I mean, what a horrible job there by them. But a little comebacker by Vlad Jr., and Aroldis Chapman goes up to get it, or maybe it wasn't Vlad Jr., I can't remember who it was, but a little comebacker to Aroldis. And he kind of turns and he, I don't know how in the world this happened. I really don't. I thought he was going to go to first. But the runner had kind of broken, and Chapman committed early, and he threw it home to Sanchez, and it was a terrible throw. I mean, he kind of turned and I don't want to say completely did a body turn, but he kind of did like a little movement in his body when he threw it, and it was a little one hopper or whatever to Gary Sanchez, and somehow Sanchez picked it up clean, throws it to third base, and gets the out. I mean, that was ridiculous. That was probably the play of the game. Another bright spot is the aforementioned Gary Sanchez. He's been unbelievable at the plate, not just hitting bombs out, but he's locked in and getting himself into good counts, and he's hitting for average as well. If you look at the barrel on the ball, his head is way down. I mean, he is right there. He's level. The problem is with Sanchez and Judge and Voit when healthy and all these guys, they're all streaky players. This is what they do. They give you a great week. Oh my gosh, Gary Sanchez is back. This is what we've been talking about in the offseason. Aaron Boone taking the trip to the Dominican Republic and seeing a new Gary. Gary's still scary. He's going to commit to blocking balls. He's going to commit to calling a better game. He's going to all these different things. But then Gary Sanchez disappears for a long period of time. So what are we doing here with Gary Sanchez? Is this the real Gary Sanchez? Has he finally arrived? Is he going to step up? I got to see it for the duration of the season. I got to see more consistency. Now, look, I'm not asking for the guy to get 3-4 hits a game. I'm asking him to be a pretty solid player for this ball club, both at the plate and, of course, catching and calling the game. So that was another positive as well. The Yankee bullpen hung in there. That was a positive. Runners in scoring position was better. That was a positive. So some really good things to go into this Oakland A's series this weekend for the New York Yankees. And oh, by the way, 100% capacity at Yankee Stadium for the first time since the 2019 season, right? Since the 2019 regular and postseasons. That's how what it is really with a lot of these teams. Right now, we're all the way back. New York State, we've been waiting. Governor Cuomo finally giving his A-OK and all the rest. And by the way, for folks who thought then and now that we were going to get used to watching games without fans, you're out of your mind. I mean, there is such a monster difference when you watched the Canadian teams play in the NHL playoffs, and you flip over and you watch Nassau Coliseum. It's just not even close. I mean, having the roar of the crowd back, and Saratoga Racecourse just announced 100% capacity this year as well. The roar of the crowd for the Whitney, the Jim Dandy, the Alabama, the Travers Stakes. It's totally different than going there and just covering the races, hearing a pin drop and the horses galloping around the track. I mean, the crowd makes it. It makes the ambiance. It makes the feel. It makes some of the great atmospheres that we've ever seen in sports. Could you imagine trying to get used to Michigan football at home without a big crowd, without 100% capacity at some of these baseball stadiums? Give me a break. So good things there from the Yankees. Again, starting pitching still really weak. Center field position is a disaster as well. I think Brian Cashman needs to go out and find a center fielder. Again, Aaron Hicks gone for the year. Got to find another starting pitcher here, and we'll see what happens. I mean, Luis Severino's out for a bulk of time, waiting on Corey Kluber. Jamison Tyone, I don't trust anything that guy delivers. The only guy I trust is Garrett Cole, and they need to get some pitching because they cannot tax that bullpen. Later they tax it, the more dangerous it becomes because they're going to keep taxing, and then you get into the postseason if they make it, and you're up, you're up a creek without a paddle because, number one, they don't hit with runners in scoring position, but also like 1A, 1B, you're lacking starting pitching. Because of the lack of starting pitching, the bullpen gets taxed. Mike Lindsley with you here from Rosie's Corner. It is a Fish Friday. Stop on by if you're in and around Central New York, right in front of the Brewerton Bridge, off the Bartell Road exit. Pizza, pasta, hot and cold subs, and more. Salads to go as well. Pepsi products, desserts to go. Oh, by the way, you can pair that mac and cheese fries and coleslaw with your fish sandwich or the entree version. You can try their classic American burger, their stuffed shells. Lots to choose from here at Rosie's Corner for both lunch and dinner every single day. A proud ML Sports Platter sponsor. Thanks for listening. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. As I always tell you, enjoy the games.